All right, so this is a video about my Inspiration Week project, which was actually a continuation of some stuff I had been thinking about and playing around with before Inspiration Week. So I'm going to start off with a little bit of that context and then talk about what I did during Inspiration Week. Somewhere along the way, a year or two ago, I made these sketches, kind of thinking about highlighting images within an article by copying what Google does more or less with a slider at the top of the page. And then recently, back in April, I decided to try and prototype this idea to see how it would feel. The prototype basically loads an article, finds all the images, and then as long as there are more than 5 images in the article, it creates this slider at the top of the page and adds all the images there. And then when you tap on an image, it opens a modal, and from there you can just kind of scroll up and down through all of the images that are included within that article. And looking through a bunch of different articles, the reading experience definitely felt different to me, just from adding this small component at the top. It was like a more visual experience. And so I was pretty excited about that and wanted to keep exploring this realm. And after showing it to a few people, I started thinking about adding some minimal text to kind of complement the images. And then from there, I was thinking maybe instead of just pulling all the images from the article and then trying to add some text, what if an editor picked out 10 key images and 10 key statements or sentences from the article to create a sort of summary or a visual summary or something of the article. So I actually asked a friend to kind of help me prototype that workflow, so to speak, and asked him to go through 5 articles and pull out 10 images and 10 sentences or phrases that he thought kind of summarized the article. And then instead of the image slider at the top, or maybe it could be in addition to the image slider at the top, I added this summary tab, and when you tap on that, it leads to the article summary that he had created. So a little bit after that, I heard Inspiration Week was happening, and I thought maybe I'd try to create some kind of editor interface that facilitated the process that my friend had done, going through an article, selecting images and text, and then using them to create this summary. I asked Ed Sanders if he would help me try to build it during Inspiration Week, both because I assumed I was going to need some technical help and because I've been curious to work with Ed, and he thought it was a cool enough idea and agreed to help me out. So that brings us to Inspiration Week, and Ed and I chatted Tuesday, and I showed him some sketches that I'd made, and we kind of broke the project or the prototype up into 3 pieces. And we decided that I would try to create the editor interface that allowed you to select images or text from an article and add them to the summary. Ed would create a function that then takes the summary, like slides or key points or whatever, and converts them to wiki text and saves them on Wikipedia as a subpage or as subpages of my user page. And then I would create do the final part, which was writing a user script that adds a tab to the mobile website and pulls in the summary from the respective URL. We worked on that during the week collaboratively. Ed was kind of coaching me along with different things that I had to learn in order to do my parts. And this is a demo of what it looks like when we put it all together. So you start at the editor interface where you can bring up any article And when you select an image or some text, a little box appears allowing you to add a key point to the summary, which is, you see over there on the left. And then once you're done adding all the different key points or slides or whatever you want to call them, you press save, which creates the wiki page with the wiki text of the summary. And then finally, on mobile, if you go to a page that has a summary, you see the summary tab, and you can tap on that to bring the summary up in overlay. So yeah, this was pretty fun to work on, and yeah, I'm still excited by like this general idea and this problem space, and my hope is that the Anuka team or other teams that might work on related stuff could use some of these prototypes or this kind of little workflow thing that Ed and I created to experiment and learn more about the problem space. All right, thank you for watching the video.